Most common error is thinking too much of yourself, thinking that you know, thinking that you thinking is your worst enemy in trading. Professionals don't think. Oh, that surprises you? Well, it shouldn't. Professionals don't think. They've left thinking. They're beyond thinking. You ever hear the term in professional sports, in the zone? Yes. There's no thinking in the zone. When a high level professional is in the zone, he's not thinking, well, let me put my left foot here and then let me plant my right foot about 8 inches over here. Let me put my left arm out here. They're not thinking. They're in the moment. It's spontaneous. It's unconscious competence. Do you understand what I'm saying? Unconscious competence. You have unconscious competence in your life every single day. So you could, guys, some of you ladies, you are in a car. I've seen you. I've seen this. I've seen you, ladies. I've seen you do this. Don't deny it. In a car, one hand on the steering wheel, cell phone here, driving down the highway, putting lipstick on in the mirror. Unconscious competence. There's no thinking about the mechanics of driving. Wait a minute. Okay, so I accelerate this amount. I hold the steering wheel here. All right. I look to my left. I look and you're not going. That's in the beginning. You have left thinking. When you first started to learn how to drive, it was all thinking. Wait a minute. When do I look back again? When do I put the right turn? Now you do it effortlessly. Guys, you get up from your desk while being on the cell phone, on a call, talking to someone, walk to the kitchen, open the refrigerator, grab a bottle of water, come back, sit down. You didn't go over the mechanics of, okay, I walk 3 steps here, make a right at this wall, walk 12 steps to the kitchen, make a left into the kitchen. Then I turn 90 degrees to the left. That's the refrigerator. I put my right hand against the handle. I pull the door open. In the door, down at the bottom section is the bottle of waters. I grab a bottle of water. I put that in the left. You're not thinking about that. But look at a baby who's just learning to walk. And you can see their deliberateness. They're on the couch and they see the coffee table just a little bit there. They have their left hand on the couch and they see something on the coffee table they want, but they're unsure of their step. Are they going to make it? And they go for it. Maybe they fall down. Now you just reach over to the coffee table and grab what you want. You're not thinking about it. We have unconscious competence in our life all the time, but how many of you have ever thought about the fact that you have to raise yourself to the level of having unconscious competence in your trading? If you are thinking, it means you are confused. It means you are incapable. The baby thinking is incapable of doing it fluidly. The person learning to drive is incapable of doing it fluidly. Thinking is the proof that you're confused. Let me ask you this. Let me pick a name here. I'm gonna pick a name here, guys. I'm gonna pick somebody out. Let's do it. All right, SK Prince here. But anyway, let's say SK Prince is married. We have plans to meet each other. I've never met his wife before. And I said, SK, what's up? What's up, buddy? How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Is that your wife? If SK thinks, wait, Oliver, let me think. She was my wife when we left the house. She was my wife in the car on the way here. I think she's my wife. Dude, SK dies. Do you understand? SK, rest in peace, SK. When you know, you do not think. I know that's my wife. If I were to ask you what your name is, you don't have, wait, let me think. What is my name? What did my parents name me? But if I were to ask you, wait a minute, from where you are, how many miles from where you are to the Statue of Liberty in New York City. Now you've got to think because you don't know. So thinking, the very act of thinking is proof that you don't know. Now, let me take you here, traders. If you don't know, should you be risking your family's money? Family, I don't know, but I'm going to risk the family fortune. If you risk my money when you don't know, you get fired. You should not be placing a trade unless you know. I know that's an elephant bar in positive territory, igniting off of the rising 20-period moving average. I know this. Now, I think it's a buy. I think it's going to go up. I think if you went to a professional money manager, you and your family, you're thinking about giving your fortune that you worked your whole life for to this money manager. And this money manager says, you ask this money manager, so do you think you can do pretty well over the next 2, 3, 5 year period, whatever? I think I can do, I think so. Thinking is overrated in our society. We teach our kids to think. It's wrong. Thinking is overrated. Think, son. Think, son. I've even fell trapped to that. No. Thinking is overrated. Thinking is like a hammer. It's useful sometimes, but it is not. We go around. Imagine using a hammer for everything that you need to use. You need a pencil. You take the hammer out, right? This is where our society has brought us to with thinking, right? You need a screwdriver. Oh, let me get my hammer. All right. I need a spatula because I'm cooking eggs. Wait, where's my hammer? I need the keys to my car. Where's the hammer? What if you pulled the hammer out for everything you needed in life? That's stupid, right? Well, thinking is a hammer. It is one tool that is greatly overused for everything. If you were to walk down a New York City street and you see a homeless person, which is not, especially now, it's not all that uncommon, right? Having a freaking argument all by himself, yelling and cursing at the top of his lungs. No one's around. You would say, that person has a mental illness. That person's crazy. What is that person's enemy? His thoughts, his thinking. When you take thinking too far, you become that person. Mentally ill, freaking crazy. It's the opposite way we have to do. Not more thinking, less thinking. The expert doesn't have to think anymore. You're overthinking, traders. You're keeping you've got yourself all tied up in these analytical lots. You see a buy and you're like, but wait a minute. Let me check my pulse. Let me check the S&P. Let me check what the NASDAQ's doing. Wait, let me check this indicator. Let me check that indicator. Let me check which way the wind is blowing. Wait, let me check the planetary alignments first of Saturn and Uranus. You're freaking thinking too much. Just hit the darn buy button, right? Will Smith that buy button. You guys know what I'm saying? Will Smith it. You get that nice bull elephant green bar in positive position right at a rising 20-period moving average. Will Smith that buy button. Hit that buy button. No thinking, no hesitation, no checking, no rolling bones, no calling up the psychic hotline, no checking with mom. Just Will Smith the buy button.